Hi, it's Jenny from Roadtrip Nation. By now, you probably know that we send people all over the country on road trips to talk to people working in interesting careers and hear how they built a life that they love. But what kinds of takeaways would you get from a road trip of your own? Documentarian Matt Maude hit the road with us in 2005, and the lessons he learned are still impacting his work today. Let's hear his story.
My dad gave me a stills camera, and I'd been like 14 or 15, and suddenly like putting that up to my eye was the moment where I was like, oh, this is it, like this is my tool. Video cameras followed kind of shortly after that, and so that idea of like, oh, a picture paints 1,000 words, how many pictures does a film paint? You know, it's amazing what could be captured. We lived in an area of the UK where it was the kind of countryside that was just untapped. I lived in this tiny little sleepy village, and there was no chance for me to be able to like work in film. You know, it just felt like just never possible. And so when we heard about Roadtrip Nation, it was like, would you and 2 friends like to take a road trip across America to make a documentary? I was like, I need to do this, and I need to like do it now. This is just an amazing opportunity to go and speak to some incredible people and kind of talk about their lives so that you can have a better understanding as to what you want to do with your life. We were like, tick, 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 tick. Like, we definitely want to do that.
But what we try and do is ask people throughout the interviews, kind of like give us an idea of kind of what you've done throughout your life and what position you were in, you were at our age.
What have you done with like periods of time where you have been lost? You mentioned like that there was a couple of years where you just didn't really know.
3 unwashed British, nearly teenagers. It was just very surreal. We spent 6.5 weeks on the road, traveling from New York all the way down to Orange County, finding people that have the same interests and the same intellect and the same passions. The cliche thing is to say, like, I found my tribe. I was completely cemented that filmmaking was the thing that I wanted to do. It's like you've got an orchestra of talents that are all coming together to create this one thing. And so you'd be able to kind of see all these different personalities that would all combine to make something. And I was like, this is what I want to do. There was a lot of questions at 19 I was scared of asking. And going on road trip where you're sitting down with strangers and you're asking them really, really important questions, you know, that just felt like an amazing lesson. You know, like I came back from the road trip and immediately, you know, sat down and did like a road trip interview with my granddad. And there was things that I found out about him as a person that I would have never found out until his eulogy. It really kind of gave me the confidence to be able to ask those questions. When I was shooting for this film, General Magic, you know, we'd call up the people we were going to interview and speak to them for like an hour to be able to listen, but also interject of bringing like me into the story and say, you know, like, oh, what you were going through there is also something similar to what I was going through here. And all filmmaking kind of boils down to that. You're kind of learning through other people's stories. Over the last decade since I've been on the road, I've had opportunities to write, direct, produce lots of different things, fiction, documentaries. So yeah, I've just finished directing, producing and writing a feature documentary. Being in a space like this, where, you know, there's like 1,100 seats and every single one of those is sold out. That's an amazing feeling. To kind of, you know, do something and work on it for such a long time and that people will sit down and watch it, that's a really amazing feeling.
To all the filmmakers that worked on this film, we could not have made this film without you, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope you enjoy it.
Any filmmaking for me, you know, I can draw a huge amount of that through Road Trip. It's given me the ability to ask questions and the knowledge of the importance of like asking those questions. Because I ask questions all the time now. You know, your life is constantly evolving and the challenges that you face as a 19-year-old are very different to the challenges that you face, you know, as like a 30-year-old or a 40-year-old or a 60-year-old. You will never go through any experience in which it provides you with the answers for the rest of your life. But it feels good to be on the right path.
you want to hit the road with us, check out the link in our description. If you don't see a trip that's right for you, check back soon. We're always looking for new road trippers to hit the road with us. And make sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more wisdom from the road.